Hey guys, welcome to another installment of the Academy, and thanks for watching. Alright, let's see if we can finish up the clash here, Russian turn 4. But before we do, let's review the victory conditions real quick. I always say real quick, and that seems to go much longer than real quick, but let's attempt it. The Russians win at game end if they eliminate more AFV than the Germans. Each Russian AFV exited off the south edge counts as an eliminated German AFV. So I have put down how many AFVs each side has eliminated at this point. The Germans have taken out 5 Russians, and the Russians have taken out 2 German tanks. So I think the Russians started with 10. Yeah, started with 10. They have 5 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Germans started with 6. Yeah, 6, and they have 4 left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So essentially, the Russians have to eliminate all 4 German tanks to get to 6, exit all of their tanks, or 4 of their tanks off the board, or a combination of those 2 things. And they have 2 turns to get the tanks off. Can this guy, if this guy recovers, and these 2 Russian tanks here, this one's in unconfirmed kill status, 50% chance he'll be dead at the beginning of this turn. This guy has a broken main gun, 16%, 17% chance it'll get repaired or permanently broken here. Now, can he even get off in 2 turns? 16. Yeah, probably. Yeah. If he drives 2 turns, does nothing else, well, he can defensive fire or maybe bounding fire. But if he recovers and starts driving, he can get off. Or if he can get a kill, that would be good too. If he can recover, he might get a kill. This guy, -1 acquired, he's going to need an 11 to hit. And if he hits, he's toast, essentially. 88L. A 20 to kill against 11 armor, that's a 9. So he's probably gone if I try to move. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try to fire at this tiger up on the hill. I'm going to have to change my turret cover arc, and it's got height advantage, but it's a rear shot. This front shot, nothing's going to happen. Or if I try to move, he's just going to smoke him. Oop. So I might as well hope for the best and fire. Maybe I'll use APCR. We'll see what the numbers look like. I think this guy, if he drives out this way, he's just going to get smoked, probably, or smoked from this Panzer IV. I think I'm going to spin him around, bring him this way, and try to get a rear shot on that tiger. But I'm going to fire him first. So depending on what happens here will dictate what this guy does. This guy, if his gun recovers, he's going to fire up here. If it doesn't recover, I might move him. If he survives, I think I'm going to move him. I think. Question mark. Don't know. For the Russian turn 1 here. And I'm going to try to use, the game may be over here. If I roll really bad here in the rally phase, it may be over here in a matter of minutes, but let's see how this goes. I'm going to leave the annotations up here to kind of remind me of what I may or may not do. Okay, so we're on Russian turn 4. Let's start with the pain here. Let's start with this unconfirmed kill. 1 to 3. Let me hold up the counter here so you can see it a little better maybe. Light's not very good, but 1 to 3, he is okay. Yeah, 1 to 3, okay. 4 to 6, eliminated. Meaning it got hit so bad, the shock was so bad that I'm assuming the vehicle is completely incapacitated. The crew, there are no crews in starter kit, but the crew is beyond recovery, and the tank is essentially eliminated. 1 to 3, and they recover. So let's roll that. And okay, there's 1 down. He is eliminated. The shock was too much to handle. Okay, so the Germans now have 6 kills. I don't even know if it's even winnable at this point. That may be it. Let's do the math. So the Germans have 6. That means, let's see, Russians win a game end if they eliminate more AFB than the Germans. So they have to get set up to 7. So they have to either eliminate 5, drive 5 off, which is impossible because they only have 4 left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or drive all 4 off and eliminate 1. Yeah, it's just about over. Okay, let's just roll here and see what happens with the main armament on this T-34. Okay, it's still busted, so he's not going to be able to fire. Let's just get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this because he's not going to be able to fire. Okay. All right, prep fire for the Russians. Do I prep fire? Or do I move? 11 to hit for this Tiger. What I say, a 9 and then a 9 to kill when he spends 1 to start. Or fire up here. That's range 7 to 12. Base 8 to hit. Slow turret to cover arc is a +2 covered arc change. Plus 1 more for buttoned up. -1 for size. So that's +2, and then +1 for height advantage. So it's going to be a +3 to hit. 7 to, I need a 5 to hit. If I prep fire, spin my turret and prep fire up here. Need a 5 to hit. I could do APCR because I think they have APCR. This is 1943. Yeah, they have APCR 5. Can you see that? Maybe. Oh, you can see it over here. Yeah. They have APCR 5. Whoop. Oh yeah, this motion guy is just going to move off the hill and see what I'm hope for the best. All right, let's just screw it. Let's just prep fire this guy. He's going to do he's still buttoned up, but he's going to spin his covered arc like this, turreted cover arc like that. Take a shot up there. Let me do the math again. That's a range of 7 to 12, so the base is 8. Turreted cover arc, changing 1 hex spine from this hex spine to this hex spine. That's +2. Plus 1 more for buttoned up. I should write these. I should be more instructive when I do these. So +2 for turreted cover arc. +1 for buttoned up. -1 for the target size. It's a big target. These tigers are big targets. They're red. He has 1 red armor factor. And then another +1 for height advantage. I should be using black for this. So that total for that is +3. +3. Die roll modifier. So I need an 8. So essentially I need to roll a 5 to hit. And I'm going to fire APCR. Okay. To get basically 2 shots, because if I roll higher than 5, it's like the shot doesn't take place at all. And then I can just fire AP as well. Kind of get a second shot if I roll bad. So typically you save your special ammo when your 2 hit is about as low as the depletion number for the ammunition you use. That's a general rule of thumb, at least one I use. This T-34 has APCR 5. We essentially need a 5 to hit because we need a 8 with a +3 modifier, so it's about even. It's about the same chance. So let's see what we get here. No. Okay. I rolled higher than the depletion number, so it's like the tank never had any APCR shells at all in their stowage, wherever they're stored in T-34s. So I get to take another shot. There's no acquisition because no shot took place. Same modifiers, exactly the same. I just am firing AP now. I still need a 5 to hit. So I could get a bonus shot. And look at that. I hit a 5. So that's A. He's acquired now. This is a wrong color because this is a German acquisition. I should not be using that color. It's A. Should be B, I believe. Okay. That is a hull hit. And it's AP on the, and you can see it's here's the hex spine that defines kind of the front, side, and rear. And you can see it's coming in just to this side of it, right? So that's going to be a side shot. Actually, that's not true. That is a rear shot. So here's the hex spine that defines anything within this is going to be a side shot. Anything within, God, I am making a mess here. Anything within this is going to be a rear. This is going to be a side. And then this is front. This is side. Okay. Those hex spines. So that is actually a rear shot. And we use regular AP, 76L, 7 to 12. It's a 2 kill of 13. APCR would have been 14, a little bit better if it would have gotten a hit, but we have 13, and it has armor 8. But the 2 kill, because it's a rear shot, the base 2 kill number goes up to 14. It goes up 1. If you remember, hidden on the chart here, 2 kill number modifiers, rear facing hit +1 to 2 kill number. Okay, so the 2 kill is actually a 14 minus 8 armor. I need a 6 to kill. Let's see if I can get lucky. Roll a 5 to hit, need a 6 to kill. Not even close. Okay, he's acquired. Yeah, I didn't get rate of fire. I rolled, I think, a 4 on the red die roll. Now, I could intensify here because I don't think I have anything to lose, and I think I'm going to do that. So let's add, I'm going to intensify. Okay. So we've got +2 intensive fire. This +2 for covered arc change doesn't apply. You only have to pay that once. But you have to do +2 for intensive fire. Then we have -1 for acquired. Acquisition. Okay. So the total here is going to be a +2 die roll modifier. If I do this again, I'll do it in black. Sorry about that. Is a +2 die roll modifier. And let me double check that. Let me think through it and make sure that's correct. Yep, I think we're correct here. I can't fire APCR. I have no APCR ammo, so it's straight armor piercing again. A +2. Need a base of an 8, so I need a 6 to hit. Oh, and my breakdown, because I'm using intensifier, my breakdown number is reduced by 2. So it goes from 12, it's not listed on here, there's no number, so it's a 12 to 10. So if I roll a 10 or an 11, main armament breaks. I think if I roll a 12, it permanently breaks. I believe. I'll double check that. Oh, that was a 1 for a second. I just missed. 7 plus 2 is a 9. I just missed, but I did not break my gun. Okay. He took a chance. This goes to a -2 acquisition. and clean this up. This may be over in the defensive fire phase, to be honest. He can't fire. He's not going to fire. He's in motion. He's just going to skedaddle. But I think I am going to try to bring this guy around here. Let me erase this. I want to get him into like 01 so I can get a rear shot on here as well, if possible. I'll leave the facings up there. All right, let's go to the movement phase. Let's start with this guy in motion. Just move the motion counter. He does not have to spend 1 to start. He's already moving. Now, he can move off of this hill by going 1, and he can't be fired at here. He can't be fired until he expends a movement point. He'll be off the hill, and he'll be out of line of sight of this tiger. He is in line of sight of this guy, but he'd have to spin, but he's not going to because I'm zoned in on taking him out, which will probably end the game. And this guy can't see him. He might come in the line of sight of this guy, but he'd have to change covered arc. So I think I'm going to come down like this and hope for the best and see if I can get behind. Maybe I should just try to, I can't get off. I need to kill and get off, but it's not going to matter anyway. So 1, go down to there. 2, 3, he's just going to ignore him. 4, now he could spin. Now, another player is probably waiting for what this guy is going to do. I already know he's going to come around there. This is the problem with playing solo. So I'm thinking, oh, I know I'm going to bring this guy around here. I'm just going to spin him and fire. But a real player would be thinking, okay, what's this guy going to do? This guy's going to fire here. What's this guy going to do? I should probably save my shot for this guy and let this guy deal with him because he's not too worried about him. He doesn't have a main armament. He's going to be focused on this guy coming. I think I'm at 4 here. Ooh, I'm at 4 while I'm rambling. So in situations like this, sometimes I'll roll the dice and say 1 to 3, he spins. 4 to 6, he stays focused up here. I think I'll do the same thing just to kind of randomize it instead of actually spinning him, knowing I'm going to move him around anyway. So let's see. What I say, 1 to 3, he'll spin. 4 to 6, he'll stay where he is. Okay, he will spin and take a shot. Okay. But he only expended one movement point in his line of sight. That might be blocked there. I better take a shot here. So he's going to spin his, covered arc, turret covered arc. Oh crap, I'll do this in black this time. Let's do the modifiers. I'm trying to extend this video a little bit because I think it's going to be over. He's got a circle for his turret marker on the white circle. So he has a fast or a regular turret, 360 mount. It's also considered a fast turret. 1 hex spine, so that's +1 for turret cover arc. He's moving. Oops. Help if I put the number down. +1. He's moving, so that's +2. He's moving. He expended 1 movement point in his line of sight, so that's going to be case. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm doing this ASL, full ASL fashion. Let's actually look at the table here. Because normally you do it in full ASL, +2 moving is the standard, and then you add a +1 or another +1 depending on how many movement points he expended. Here it's baked in to these. God damn, I'm messing up my thing here. Okay, so he expended 1, so less than equal to 1 movement point in fire's line of sight is going to be a +4. In full ASL, it would be +2 for moving, and then another +2 for limited line of sight of the firer. Okay, that's gonna be a +4. No size modifiers, not buttoned up, no terrain, no hindrances or anything like that. So it's gonna be a 5, 5. Die roll modifier. Looks like a range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Base of 10 for German 75L. Plus 5, I need a 5 to hit this guy. Might get lucky. He did not get lucky. Wow. 5 to hit. Acquisition A. It's just going to stay there anyway. That is a hull hit on the side. So it's 6 armor, 75L to kill at range 6 is 17. 17 minus 6 is an 11 to kill at 3 to 6 range. 11 to kill. Oh, wow. Dud. Okay. Okay. I still think it's over, but that's interesting. So this guy came screaming off the hill across the fields here, just came into line of sight as he peeked past this tree, and he swung his turret real fast. Boom, got a hit, but it's a dud. They loaded a dud. Okay, can't fire on him again, even if he wanted to. Didn't get rate of fire now. Not going to intensive fire. I don't think I need to. But he only expended 1 movement point there. He wouldn't be able to fire on him anyway. So he's going to go there. Technically, I'm not going to fire, but I'm going to check line of sight. I think that's blocked. Just kind of eyeballing. Ooh, that's close. That's clear, I guess. So that's 5. It's going to track to there and stop. Now, he just came into the line of sight of this guy, probably here. And that's in his covered arc. If he moves 1 more, it's going to be outside of his covered arc. So this guy better fire here. So he's at 5, right? So the modifiers here are going to be no turret cover arc change. Going to be +4 moving. Well, it might be a +3. Less than equal to 2 movement points. So sorry, 3. He spent 2. It's not less than equal to 1 because I spent 2 in his line of sight. So it's less than equal to 3. So it's a +3. +3 for moving. That's all it's going to be because there's no buttoned up terrain, any of that kind of stuff or hindrances. So +3, base of 10. He needs a 7 to hit this guy. Basically +3 for moving. That's a hit, and he got rate of fire. That is a turret hit on the front. Remember the front. Anything that comes in like this, that's definitely a front shot. 75L versus 11. That was a turret hit, so he's got inferior turret. I think the next, I think it's 8. The next, yeah, 8. This is on the rat charts. I don't know why it's not on the MMP charts. Next armor factor is 8. Probably hard to see there. Okay. To kill. So he got hit in the turret. The circle on the front armor means it has inferior turret on the front facing. So it goes down to 8 with a turret hit. And a 2 kill for 75L at range 3 is 17. 17 minus 8 is a 9 to kill. I got rate of fire. 9. I would happen to roll a 9. That's equal to the kill number. Let's look at our destruction table. 2 kill equal the 2 kill number. Hit it in the turret. That's what the superscript T means. Shocked. Not possible shock. Shocked. So the Russian T-34 doesn't even have an opportunity to do a morale check. They are automatically shocked, which means they immediately stop. Shutter down. Buttoned up. They're already buttoned up. And I had a shot counter out for this guy. Where is it? Here it is. Now these guys are shocked as well. They made a run for it. They didn't make it. Okay. And now here's the deal. Came screaming off the hill. Boom. Rang its bell. Shocked the crew. They immediately stopped, and he maintained rate of fire. So during final fire, he'll be able to unload on him again with a -1 modifier, and just the moving. This will just be a +2 then. So probably going to get another hit there. Okay. This guy here, 1 to start. Yeah, that guy prep fired. Yeah, he first fired. Yeah. Oh, this acquisition is for this guy, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, this acquisition is down here. That's right. Okay. This acquisition is for him. This one is for this guy. Like that. Okay. And he prep fired. He first fired. Okay. 1 to start. 2, 3, 4. Let's see if I can even get around here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, yeah, I can get there. 14. Stop. 15. Delay to 16. Now, I could bounding first fire here, and or the Tiger could defensive first fire, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to declare both of these are going to fire, and I'll just roll a die to see which one gets to fire first. The German tank probably would win a gun duel. He would have to change 2 hex spines, but he's not buttoned up. It might be close to a wash. This guy's moving. That's a +4, but he's buttoned up. No, +5. +6, height advantage, -1 size, so +5. Yeah, the German would probably win in a gun duel. Just going over it real quick, but let's just roll the dice. 1 to 3, the Russian gets to fire. Do bounty first fire first. 4 to 6, the German gets to do defensive fire first. Defensive first fire first. Okay, the German gets to fire first. Okay. So the German is going to declare defensive first fire. He has a spin, his covered arc. 1, 2 hex spines. He has a regular turret, a slow turret. So it's a +2 and then a +1 for the extra hex spine. +3. +2 moving. So +3 turret cover arc. +2 moving. He expended well more than 3 in his line of sight, so there's no, it's just a +2. And that's it. Yeah, it's going to be a +5. What did I say it was for the Russian? Maybe it's a tie anyway. +4, +5, +6, -1 size, +5. Yeah, I think it'd actually be equal die roll modifiers, so it would have been a tie anyway, so a roll off is fine, I guess. I'm just thinking out loud. Okay, +5 die roll modifier for the Tiger. 0 to 6 range, base of 10, +5. I need 5. That's a miss. Now the T-34 declares bounding first fire. Let's keep an eye on where the hit location is because he spun his turret. That may be may be very important since I'm trying for a rear shot, but his turrets now would be a front shot. All right, so he's buttoned up. +1 for buttoned up. Okay. Bounding first fire. He also spent obviously more than 3 in his line of sight. So bounding first fire greater than 3 in line of sight. That's a +4. +4 for moving for bounding first fire. And then +1 height advantage. Tiger's up on a hill. -1 size. That's also a +5 die roll modifier. 0 to 6, everyone has a base of 10. He also needs a 5 to hit. Now, the reason that they both need a 5 to hit is because the Tiger had to pay a penalty for spinning his turret around. If he wouldn't have had to, if he would have been facing that way, the Tiger would have had a much better chance to hit. Okay, but as it is, because he had to spin, the die roll modifiers are basically the same. So the Russian bounding first fire needs a 5. And he missed as well. Does he have an acquisition? Is this his acquisition? Sure. Okay. He'll fire his coax at half firepower, so 4 down to 2. 2 plus 2. Crew does not get height advantage because they get the +2 for the protection from the turret. The cupola. So 2 plus 2. Nope. Okay, he bounding. He first fired. This guy, maybe I should just drive him off. Me driving off with a broken MA, I think it still counts towards these victory conditions of each Russian AFV exited off the south counts as an eliminated German AFV. Okay, I think I can't trust this guy fixing his main armament. I think getting him off would probably be the best, I guess. Or I could, no, I need to get him off, try to get him off now. This guy has rate. He could spin and fire, technically. This guy's shocked. Or does he just let him go? Because he might just let him go and pound on him. Okay. One to start. Um, mechanical reliability. It's good. One to start. Let's go. He's first fired. Let's go 2. Yeah, I'm not going to fire at him. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and he'll get off. On this extra, I'll just let him go. And that counts as a German tank, basically. Each Russian AFV exit off the south edge counts as an eliminated German AFV. Yep, okay. Okay, tried to move him, shocked. Moved him, bounding fire, prep fired him. Okay, defensive final fire. He still has rate of fire. He's just a moving target now, so +2 for moving. -1 for acquisition. That's just going to be a +1 to hit. Base of 10 needs a 9 to hit now. Jeez. All right. Critical hit. Yeah. So what happens when you get a critical hit? Let me flip this over. Is this thing is going to be dead? But anyway, that is a whole hit because it's the red die equals the white die, right? You know, I don't think I've rolled a single snake eyes. Yeah, it's a whole hit. I don't think I've rolled a single snake eyes until just now. So what happens is when you get a critical hit, the the base to kill number of the gun is doubled. So 75L at 3 to 6, 75L is 17. So the to kill number is 34. So 34 as a front hit. 34 minus 11 is what, 23? I need to roll a 23 on 2 6-sided dice. You think the point is moot, but if I roll a 12 like I did here, he's still alive. Okay, I rolled it. Sorry. Can't make this stuff up. Okay. But he got rate of fire. I rolled snake eyes, so he got rate of fire again. So yeah, I already flipped that over. So I needed 12 to hit. So he got a critical hit. It was a hit that was so good that he rolled a dud on the 2 kill. Okay. Yeah, I need a 12 to hit now. 10 minus, oh, sorry. Moving is +2, acquired -2, they cancel. I need a 10 to hit. I got a hit, just barely. Okay. That's a regular hit. That's a whole hit. 75 out 17, it's just a normal, not a critical. Didn't really matter. 17 minus 11 is a 6 to kill. No rate of fire. And I killed him this time. I barely got a hit with a 10 and got a kill. Okay. Oh, that cracks me up. I don't know why. That's exactly like what would happen with the vassal dice bot. You roll snake eyes, next roll is a 12 or vice versa. It happens all the time. I guess it happens with real dice too, so it's a weird phenomenon. Okay, that's another, I think that's it. I think the game is over. So that's, Germans have killed 7 now. Now I've got 2, well, okay, I'll play out defensive fire, this last defensive fire, but there's only 2 Russian tanks on the board. They would have to kill, well, they can't win. There's only 4. They'd have to kill all 4 German tanks and drive one of them off to get 5 to have more than the Germans. 4 kills would take you to 7, and then driving one off would be 8. I don't see it happening. But I'll see if I can put him out of their misery with this tiger shot here, okay? He's acquired. He didn't move. He's just sitting there. It's a base of 10 to hit at 0 to 6 with a -1 acquisition. I need an 11 to hit. If I hit, good chance he's dead. That is a whole hit. Armor of 17. Didn't get rate of fire. 88L. Damn it, I should have fired APCR, but I wouldn't have gotten it, I don't think. No, APCR 5. 88L at 20. 20 minus 11. Need 9. Couldn't remember that number. Need 9 to kill. Yep. 5. Game over. Final fire. That takes the Germans up to, now it's, well, technically, Germans have 8. No, I think now numerically it is impossible because there's 1 German tank or 1 Russian tank left. The best he can do is kill all 4. He goes insane and kills all 4 German tanks. That takes him to 7 and then drives off the board having done all of that in basically 1 turn, which would take him to 8, which would only be a tie. And he has the Russians have to get, Russians win at game end if they eliminate more AFV than the Germans. Each Russian AFV exited off the south edge counts as an eliminated German AFV. Yeah. So kill all 4 and drive off would be 5. That would just be a tie. So numerically, I mean, it was probably over turn 3, into turn 3. Now it's literally numerically impossible. There's no point in even continuing this scenario. So Yeah, like I had a couple comments. It was either on Facebook or maybe it was in one of the video comments where I think I said something like, if the Germans, I don't see how the Russians can win this if the Germans play fairly smart and conservative. If the Germans just set up and wait for the Russians to come to them, because they have no choice. They either engage or drive off or both. There's no way they can avoid the Germans. So the Germans can just wait and cover. Not in cover, but wait for the Russians to come into their sight lines and just start blasting and then maneuvering after that if need be. And I don't see how, if the Germans play that way, I don't see how the Russians can win. Now, if the Germans come on, the Russians come on and they get to, I think it was, when they first come on, they get to about this line roughly because they expend half their movement points already before they come on. Now, if the Germans come on and just blitz and come at them face to face, there's a good chance that they might lose some Panzer IVs early. But that's not what you want to do as the Germans. At the Germans, you want to hide and wait. You want to get behind buildings. You want to get behind this hill. Both times I played it, I played the Germans when I played it not solo. When I played it with Scott, I played the Germans, and I used the same tactic for. I don't know if I did it with both the Tigers, but I had two tanks hidden behind this hill, covering, like I outlined before, covering this and covering this. I'm pretty sure I set my Tigers up here to cover these. The Russians can't even see them. They can't put any fire on them. And even if it's fire coming through the front, it's what is 76L. Most of the time, it's going to be range 3 to 12, maybe 7 to well, anything in this range here is a 2 kill of 13. I'm just about the entire range. It's a 2 kill to 13. That covers almost the entire board. 12 if you cover basically the entire board, a 2 kill. And the APCR at higher ranges is just trash. So you don't use APCR unless you're in close anyway, because there's no point in using it at longer ranges. It's the same 2 kill number. So a 13 versus 11 armor or 14 armor if you get a turret hit in the front. The Tigers are nearly impervious. You need snake eyes basically to kill them if you keep the front to them. So you just set the Tigers up out of line of sight. Let the T-34s drive into their line of sight and just start unloading on them, and have your Panzer IVs on Overwatch on the periphery, like I did. I set them up on the side here and one behind this building, and I had this guy kind of roaming a little bit, I think. I honestly don't know how the Russians can react because Russian tactics are kind of swarm. And if you can take out 2, 3, 4 T-34s really quickly, especially when they're coming in around like this, because they can't come up the center really. They have to kind of come around like this. I guess you could scroll your way up the center like this, but even then, unless you could go over the hill, you're going to be coming into these cones of death from the Tigers. And those Tigers can easily take out two T-34s during the movement phase as they move through here, and then probably two more during their next prep fire if there's anything in their line of sight. So I mean, other people have said, well, the Russians just need to do a mad dash and hope for the best. Well, that's hoping for the best isn't really a good tactic to rely on. When I played with Scott, I think he did the mad dash, and he got some guys past me. I think he got him in over here. I just came in behind him and got rear shots on the rest and ended up winning. In this case, I kind of I spread out, but I went kind of toe to toe to try to take out some Germans, and it just did not work. And the Russians just got picked off and massacred. Even when I tried to get around, I tried to get this guy around, maybe get like this, and I tried to have a couple come around like this. Yeah, they were eaten up and spat out and chewed up and mauled and destroyed into burning wrecks of metal. But okay, that's my commentary on Clash at Borisovka. The armor rules in ASL are interesting. They have their own. When you're playing just armor, I mean, it's not really an armor rule set. Where ASL shines is in the infantry part of it. Armor can be. I have a love-hate relationship with armor. Just by itself, it's really an interesting beast because there's a lot of setup to getting the shot right, and sometimes it involves swarm tactics where you drive one AFV in the front of an AFV and you get another one behind it and hope the one in the front survives so the one behind it can get a rear shot and take it out. It's a weird tactic that probably didn't exist on the real battlefield, where you put a decoy out in front to attract fire so you can flank with the other guy. I'm not a tanker. I don't know if that's a real tactic, but it's kind of gamey in the ASL system. But I like playing armor. Armor by itself, not so much. I think there are better games out there that if you just want to have armor combat that are much better than ASL. ASL armor is meant to be used in combined arms scenarios where you have infantry supporting tanks and tanks supporting infantry and that kind of thing, and make sure your tanks don't get too far in front of your infantry and vice versa, so they can protect each other and support each other. That's where the AFVs come into play in the ASL system. I think that's all I have to say about Clash at Borisovka and ASL armor rules. Hopefully, new SK players or potential ASL players glean some information on how vehicle movement and combat works in the ASL system. Maybe some veterans. I know I made a few mistakes and they helped me out. It's always good to have a second pair of eyes to help fix those things. That's great. I'm trying not to talk too disparagingly about the armor rules because I do like them, like I said, but it is a love-hate. It's a little wonky at times, but funny things can happen, like the critical dud, classic ASL moment. Critical hit and then a dud on the shell. So, okay, that's it for Clash. We made it to turn 4. The Russians got absolutely mutilated once again. That's been my experience with this scenario. If you've had a different experience with Clash and somehow you've managed to roll over the Germans with the Russians, and it didn't involve the Russian player having insanely good luck with the dice, that it was actually tactics that were involved, I'd love to know how you did it, because I've played this scenario multiple times and I've analyzed it and looked at it and thought about it and stared at the board here, and I haven't cracked the code on how the Russians can win this 50% of the time if you want to think it's balanced. Now the ASL, I'm rambling again. The ASL scenario archive shows it as really balanced, but I have never gotten the feel that this scenario is balanced. If you have a German player that plays their 6 AFVs, especially the Tigers, the way it should probably be meant to be played in this scenario, lie in wait for the Russians. Let them come to you and then just chew them up. That's how I swear the Germans will win every time if that's what you do. Okay, thanks for watching. Leave comments below in the video, comments and questions. Hopefully this helps, especially starter kit players, because this is a starter kit scenario, and hopefully it helps new players or potential players they're looking at the system to play it, that you can do all armor in ASL. If you'd like to do that, it can be done. And yeah, that's it for Clash at Borisovka. Let's play. I don't do these very often because they're a lot of work, but maybe I'll do another one a year from now. I don't know. But that's it for this session of Let's Play. Thanks for watching. Academy out.
Get to the chopper!
If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like what you saw, thanks for watching, and let me know how I can do better. See you in the next video.